Hello, family. I'm back with another one. This is me just reminding you be more intentional with your time, right? And this is me sharing one of the ways that we become, should I say, careless with our time because we use our time in such a way that we feel like, oh, I am being good, and the intention is to be good. But really, you are using your time in such a way that you are depriving yourself the time to make your dreams come true. Um, hmm, yeah. So stay tuned. Um, because this is something that is also personal to me and what I've experienced in my everyday life. So, anyways, stay tuned. I do not work for free. I value my time way too much, and also I value my energy way too much to work for free. What do I mean by that? Um, I've experienced one too many people underestimating the work that I do, saying stuff like, "Oh, whoa, like what you're saying is common. Like, oh, we can do what you do. Like, why do we need to pay so much for advice when I've already been giving people free advice? And I mean, a coach who needs a coach? Uh, Personally, I do not take offense from any of those comments um, because it's work. Being a coach is work. Giving people advice is work. You are doing more mental and emotional work. So, um, yeah. That's why after you finish certain conversations with certain people, you feel tired and drained because it's work. You are literally helping someone carry, and sometimes you're helping them sort out and put in order their emotional and mental load. It is work. The same way you can work with a computer and people think, oh, you're just sitting down and clicking your fingers. But after a couple of hours of that, you're tired, you're exhausted. Yeah, it's work. But because I make it look so easy, it doesn't look like work, but it's work. It's emotional and mental work. Being a coach is a whole lot more than just telling people you got this. You no, you have to understand what every person needs. Some people need for you to push them. Some people need for you to slow things down enough for them to feel their feelings and make it safe for them to do so. And some people, they need you to help them understand what is going on in their mind. And you'll find there is a whole lot going on that hasn't been dealt with for years, that has been sitting there building up. And you have to help them with that. It's work. So if someone is going to choose to be a volunteer and do free work, why would I stop you? Why would I stop you from doing community service? No, you are being kind. Thank you very much for making my job easier. But personally, I do not go around giving people free advice simply because I want to. That's energy. That is time that is being consumed on my part. I wouldn't do that for free. So the prices I charge is because I understand the value that I offer. Yeah. This is work. It's emotional and mental work that mostly it goes unspoken. It gets devalued because we just assume. You don't go to a chef and say, well, I cook every night, so I don't see why we need a chef. They are professionally trained to do what they do, to serve a whole lot of people, and you can never compare that to cooking in the house and cooking for yourself. They are cooking for the experience, and they are sauteing and all of those decorations that they do on the place. They are professionally trained for that. There's no way you could ever compare yourself to, I don't know, a receptionist and say, well, they're just picking up calls. I can do that. I'm always on my phone anyways. So what's so special about what they do? They are getting paid for what they do. They're not doing that for free, right? And also, they're professionally trained to know how to talk to clients so that they keep calling, so that they feel seen and respected, and they take all the notes of all the important information, and they make sure that that information gets to the right people. I could never compare to my I could never compare myself as someone that's always on my phone and compare myself to a receptionist. I could never. But for some odd reason, when it comes to coaching, people feel like, well, I could just be a coach. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of emotional and mental work. Never underestimate that. And for people who do well, yeah, there's a whole lot, there's so many people that need help with their mental and emotional load. I'm not going to stop you from doing community work. I won't. As for me and mine, with my energy and my time, I do not work for free. These posts that I make on social media, of course, this is me doing voluntary work. This is community service. This is me putting this information out there for people who cannot afford the services of a coach or a psychologist or therapist, right? This is me making it cool to even talk about your mental and emotional state. This is me making it trendy and cool to talk about it. Oftentimes, we just sweep it under the carpet and act like, well, um, let's just continue with life like we don't have feelings and emotions, like our mind is not all over the place and we can't even focus. Let's just never mind it. So this is me making it cool. This is me sort of jump starting and kicking the bucket down the road so that when people can afford the services of a coach, you know where to find one. So that when you are ready to book the services of a coach, you already have some picture of what it's like to coach, or you know what coaching is about. Because a lot of people don't, um, a lot of people don't, do I say require? They don't know that they need such services because they don't even know what coaching is about or what goes on in coaching. And so they undervalue the importance of booking a coach, having a life coach, having a manifestation coach, or having someone that will help you with your mental and emotional load. But otherwise, yeah, your voluntary work is much appreciated. But personally, I think, and this is just my free opinion, you would rather use your time and energy on yourself and making your dreams come true and expanding the beautiful life that you already have. And instead of claiming to be a coach, unless you actually are a coach and you're being paid for it, then get in the habit of suggesting to your loved ones, book a coaching session, book a session with a psychologist, and say it out of love, because a psychologist or a life coach or manifestation coach is formally trained to know how to deal with a person's feelings and emotions and vulnerabilities like that. And sometimes it's not like a person is vulnerable and they need hand holding. No, sometimes they need someone who will get them to their next level. So all of these things that happen behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. All you see is just me make posting a video and I'm talking about my life update. And that's, I feel like sometimes that's what people think I do, or like I'm narrating life, but there's so much that happens behind the scenes that a lot of people don't even understand the mechanism of how this thing operates. And then you say, well, I can be a coach too. I won't stop you. Personally, I won't stop you. Why? Because the world is full of so many people. I feel like there are not enough coaches actually. I feel like there are not enough people talking about the information that I'm talking about. Why would I stop you from doing free labor? Why? I wouldn't. As for me, the only voluntary work that I do is me posting here. I don't go in my real life and go and give people free advice. I tell them, Ish, um, it sounds like you have a lot that you're going through. So I suggest that you book a coaching session so that I make time for you and we can sort this and work through this so that you come out with real results that you will be proud of. Why? Because also people don't value the things that they don't invest in. That's why you'll tell your family and friends, oh, you need to stop doing this thing. And they go back and do it again. Why? Because they did not invest in that free information that you're giving them. They did not, sometimes they don't even ask for them, right? Because we care about our family and friends. Sometimes we tend to give them unsolicited advice. They didn't ask for it, they didn't ask for your advice. But when someone pays and they make that investment, they are saying, I am doing what it takes. I want to see change. And I am betting my money on the fact that whatever you tell me, I am going to do it. Otherwise, it just goes in this ear, it goes out on the other ear. And they just continue with their lives like you did not spend your time and energy listening to them, crying with them, crying on their putting them on your shoulder when they are crying, and concerned because you love them, right? And they just go back to doing what they've been doing because they did not invest in the free advice you gave them. Sometimes people just want to vent and talk about their problems. They don't exactly want your advice. Once people want real advice, trust me, they're willing to pay for it. They're willing to say, you know what? It does not matter what the price point of a psychologist is, I am going there because they want that problem solved. And so they are willing to invest in that problem getting solved. And yeah, this post is just to say, personally, I do not work for free. I don't suggest that you work for free. Start telling your family and friends, book a coaching session, book a therapist, book a psychologist, and say it with love. Please say it with love. Please say it with love. Don't make people feel like there's something wrong with them or like their mind is going. No, just say, Ish, all I can do is listen to your problems, but a psychologist or a life coach would be better at knowing how to help you with what you are going through than I can. Because I'm just your friend. I am not formally trained in knowing how to tell you the right things that you need to hear in this moment. Say it with love, please. Yeah, anyways, for more coaching on how to bring your dreams to reality, This episode was simply me reminding you, um, value your time. Value your time enough to understand that you are an expert on things that you are an expert on. Everything else, that's just you doing community work. And so it's okay to redirect people and say, go to a professional to help you with this thing. I am not so good at it. Yeah. Be more intentional with how you spend your time, and you will for sure make your dreams come true like that in no time. All right. For more coaching, DM me.